And please welcome our last storyteller, RJ Wright.
Not a second or another minute, not an hour of another day. But at this moment with my arms outstretched, Lord, I need you right away. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is RJ Wright. I usually like to start off before I do like poems and stuff to sing because it lowers expectations. So I am a poet. I am a mental health care professional. I currently work at the Harris Center for Mental Health and IDD. I have been in the Army now for going on, it'll be 10 years coming in February. Thank you. I'm a retired community college athlete. You can laugh at that one. And before I start doing my poem, I have a question. Did anyone in here ever deal with teenage angst? Go ahead and put your hand up. You dealt with teenage angst? Okay, cool. So me too. I dealt with teenage angst at like 8. And then again at 12. And then all of my teenage years. And then my 20s. And then like 3 months ago. It's really confusing. So I'm a part of like a lot of communities that don't really talk about mental health. And so I was never given like the tools to speak about it. And I had a lot of people that struggle with mental health around me. At the age of, I believe I was 15, I was on a basketball team. One of the members of my basketball team committed suicide. And I thought, okay, let's process this. And you feel sad sometimes, but let's not like focus on any of that. Okay. So then I get to the age of, I think it was 26, and my sister-in-law commits suicide. And I know that she struggled with mental health, and like I had talked to her about her mental health. I was going to school for psychology, so I was like, yeah, I know kind of a little bit about this, but I never really recognized all the symptoms in me. And then last year, someone that I serve with, someone who was a commander of one of the units that was in my battalion, committed suicide. And I just remember thinking, how could I have helped? What could I have done different? And I remember thinking, I can barely get out of bed sometimes, and is this going to be how I end up? And I remember praying a lot about it and never really having the words to, like, throughout all of that time, talk about what my depression was. So I'm gonna do a poem about that. But before I do this poem, I like to be like interactive, right? Because like performance poets, we're vain, so we need you to respond to us. So everyone go ahead and snap for me. Say, ooh, that part. You can do better than that. That part. See, you're loyal, you're smart. I like y'all. Okay, all right. So if you hear something that you like in the poem, go ahead and you can snap, you can ooh, you can ah, you can clap. I'm not going to be offended. It's actually going to feed my ego. I appreciate it. My depression is not a satisfying lover, but it is a faithful one. If I let it, it It will seduce me into never leaving my bed. My depression doesn't always look like depression, though. Sometimes it Halloween costumes itself into a victory dance and prays that you don't ask, how are you? And mean it. It looks like the space between my couch and TV when being a human in public is too exhausting. But sometimes it sounds like the next round is on me, y'all, because the best place to hide is where everyone can see you, but no one is looking for you. My depression is demanding. Wants me to go back to my last failed relationship because it's convinced me that no one will ever love me half as badly as they did. My depression says a full bed is better than all this empty. You know, I was happy once, but time wounds all happy. Or healing is a happy wound. Or happiness be the most fragile of children, but children be the most resilient of humans. Basically what I'm saying is being an adult and keeping my happy whole and healthy is a magic trick I haven't learned yet. My depression and my masculinity are drinking buddies. Frenemies who bare knuckle brawl with each other, and anything that is good for me, my masculinity says, you ain't that hard. You ain't that tired. Water's for cowards. Walk it off. Water's for cowards. You don't get no blood on my uniform. You must be outside your mind. So sometimes my masculinity sounds like Denzel Washington or Remember the Titans. It's not always attempting to be toxic. Sometimes it's just trying to remind me that I am stronger than everything that is failing to kill me. That dying ain't dead, so rise and walk. And when it hurts to walk, run. Run till you learn to fly. And if you never learn to fly, then thank God for working feet and almost wings. See how when you started to run, you stopped thinking. Stop noticing all the pain in your chest. Focus on all the alive in your chest. Now focus. You almost did it. Yes, you did it. You got out of bed. Thank you.